Long-term listeners of this show already know that I have never been married.
Are you still depressed because you're alone and no one loves you?
Not at all, because honestly, I was never really that interested in being married. Oh, I suppose as a young person, I more or less assumed that I would get married because that's just what people did.
So what happened?
I mean, a lot of things happened. My youth was very, very busy. I was always working or traveling or hanging out with my friends.
You were drunk.
Not all the time, but a lot of times, yes. And I did date. I even got a few serious relationships, but it just never seemed the right time or the right person to actually settle down. And as I got older, and I like to think wiser,
You sound so much older and drunker.
I began to question the very concept of marriage because it seemed to me that an awfully lot of marriages weren't working out for the people in them. And I had enough problems in my life without adding an ex-wife and a couple of kids. I based this opinion on the institution of marriage and, well, honestly, how many married women I swear I was sleeping with.
Did you just say...
Okay, I want to be clear. I have never committed adultery with anyone because legally, I never got married. I might have facilitated adultery in others, but legally, morally, ethically, I'm in the clear, and that's on them. You see, on military bases, there are a lot of wives whose husbands were elsewhere and definitely fucking someone not their spouse, so as a young man, I became adept at finding women who were either out of loneliness or, better yet, revenge, wanted to fuck someone other than their husbands. And I offered a safe, easy, and most of all discreet avenue for such a thing to transpire.
He's a homewrecker.
Absolutely not. Not a homewrecker. Those homes were wrecked before I ever showed up. Because I practiced ethical adultery.
That is not a thing.
Sure it was. It's something I made up. Ethical adultery has 3 simple rules. First, there could be no children in the marriage. Partially because this is cruel to the kids, but mostly because the kids would fucking talk about Uncle Dave when Daddy came home. Second, the fling ended when the husband came home. No sneaking around afterwards because that is a good way to get your ass beat up or maybe killed. And finally, the woman had to be the one to initiate the affair. I would signal my openness but never be the one to make the move into sex. Follow those 3 rules and you have ethical adultery. I mean, at least on my side.
You are a horrible person.
I wasn't the one cheating on their spouse.
Seltzer Kings
Podcasts.